if you notice, my screen kind of went black. That's a Chrome extension. We're going to learn how to extend the features of your computer. I have dark mode set up for most of my apps, so kind of synced up there. I have other ones as well, though. We're going to learn how to download these things and what they can do for you, essentially. So first things first, let's check the menu of options that we're going to be covering today. All right, so first thing is browsing the web. So when you're on Google, this bar right here is your kind of your window to the internet. So you can type in an actual address such as www.youtube.com. This was typical of early browsers. You actually had to know the full address to navigate to it. Nowadays, this doubles as a search bar, so it'll be tied to some kind of search engine. So I can just type in the word YouTube, it'll go to a search engine. And here I have some of my previous searches. So I have YouTube there because I was looking for YouTube and some of the most popular links. When you're using a search engine, you're probably going to want to go with the first link that pops up. That's the most relevant link. So if I click on this first link, of course, it'll take me to YouTube, just like I was looking for. All right. So if I want to open another page, maybe I don't want to close my Google. This is where the tabs come in. So as you can see, I have my extensions open here and I have my YouTube open here. Um, like we discussed with operating systems, or we will discuss with operating systems if we haven't already, um, computers are all about multitasking. I want to do multiple things at once, and the same goes for my internet browser. So I'm gonna hit this plus sign to open a new tab. So now I basically have multiple pages open that I can flip through very, very quickly. We call these tabs on Google Chrome. So here I can do a new search. Maybe I want to go to, maybe I don't have Zoom on my computer yet, so I can do Zoom download. Always put download when you want to download the software and the name of the software. And here you can see there's a download. And I can still flip across my different tabs. If you do a right click, as we discussed with software interfaces, assuming we already have, you can right click on most software and you'll get a menu. Use this as much as you can when you're lost. So if I right click, for example, on this part of the page, it's going to ask me if I want to save that part of the page. Of course, I just clicked on a random thing. So it's going to try to save the whole web page. But if I'm, for example, on Google Images, that menu is all about context. Let's see pictures. So if I right click on a picture, it's going to give me different options. It's going to let me save the image, copy the image, open the image in a new tab. Definitely always a good idea to click on the image first when you're on Google Images to get the full size image. And then here I can say open image in new tab. You can see the full size image. Um, always look at the interface for different options. If you don't want images and you want to look for books, notice there's a books tab here. If there's other things you want to look for, like flights, maps, finance, the options are all there through the interface. So the best way to get familiar with any new software is to move your mouse around, click around, and test it out. Some cool things about Google Images is the tools here. You can actually filter by the size of the image. Maybe you want really big images. Once we get to presentations, I want your images to be full resolution. I don't want any blurry images in your presentations. So this large image filter is really useful. Right now I'm on Google. That's the search engine, right? That's hooked up to my browser. For some of you, maybe Google isn't hooked up, right? Maybe when you search, I don't know, Nike shoes, you have a strange search engine. Maybe you have Bing enabled or DuckDuckGo. It's not Google, but you want Google to be the first thing that pops up when you type in the search bar. Well, we're going to go to our settings. So every time you see three dots, that's usually going to give you more options. Just like the right click gives you more options. If I right click on a tab, for example, it says it's going to give me some tab options here. Reload the tab, duplicate it, mute it, cool ones. Well, these three dots also give you more options. It's going to open a very detailed menu. And here at the bottom, we see settings. So go ahead and click on settings. Anytime you see a search bar on any interface, the search bar is your friend. It'll help you find any setting that you're looking for. You could navigate these tabs, for example, for search engine to change the search engine, or you could type in search engine and notice it's going to pull up that setting for you. So you don't have to be an expert on all these tabs to find what you're looking for. You could always use the search bar. All right, so I'm going to change my search engine. So if I didn't want Google, I could set it to Bing, to Yahoo, DuckDuckGo. There's some weird ones in here. I recommend that you all change it to Google right off the bat. So if you're watching this demo and when you search for something on your Chrome browser, it's not Google already, change it to Google immediately. So we're going to set it as the default. It's already default for me, so I'm just going to hit cancel. And that means every time I search for something here, for example, I don't know, let's look up athletic clothes. Boom, it's going to pull up Google. And again, Google has a window to pretty much everything you're looking for. If you're shopping for clothes, Google has Google Shopping, which will actually kind of amalgamate all the different websites, all the different retailers, and bring them all to you on a single site. I love Google Shopping. There's Google Images if you're looking for images all over the place, news, videos, etc. Remember, there's always tools if you want extra tools. A really useful one that we're going to look at later on is if you want pictures with no background. So if you put transparent, I think this one should have no background. Notice those little grids. That means when I copy this image somewhere, this background will be invisible. Just showing you the Google kind of environment, the Google ecosystem, right, of apps. So try to use Google as much as possible. You can have your opinions, right, of Google as a company. All companies are somewhat evil. But I have to say, Google makes some really awesome products. So I do like to use their browser, their search engine, and even their productivity software, right, with Docs, Excel, Sheets, as it's called, Slides as well. We're going to learn all that software in this class in some of the next lessons. All right, so we learned how to modify our settings here by going to the settings and then searching for whatever we're modifying. Let's see, let's look up night mode. Oh, so that's not a setting. Let's just kind of navigate and see what we find. We have, these are some advanced ones, appearance. Oh, here it is. So you can actually change the theme. So you can make it dark mode. You could change it to the device. Oh, I didn't already have it on dark mode, so this is nice. So it's on theme appearance where you can make it dark. So yeah, sometimes your search bar will let you down, right? But you can always click around or try a different keyword to find what you're looking for. So in this case, it was theme or appearance would have got me to the dark mode. All right, so I set this to dark mode, which is going to be easier on my eyes. And as we discussed in the intro of the class, it's easier on the environment. Always try to use dark mode as much as you can. So that's browsing the web. We've set up our search engine.